Have you ever found yourself saying no to social invitations more often these days? Perhaps the thought of a bustling party or a large family gathering feels less appealing than a quiet evening at home with a good book or a simple chat with a close friend. It can sometimes feel like you're pulling away, and maybe even worry if something's wrong, or if you're becoming less social than you used to be. It's a common feeling, one that many wonderful people like yourself experience as the years go by. And it can be a little isolating when you feel misunderstood, or when you notice that your social preferences are simply changing. You might even feel a tinge of guilt for not being as outgoing as before. But here's a surprising truth, and what I like to call a gentle secret: this shift isn't necessarily a sign of a problem, or that you're losing your sparkle. More often than not, it's a perfectly natural, even healthy, psychological evolution that comes with age. It's a profound internal recalibration that many of us undergo, guiding us towards different priorities and forms of connection. It's a testament to your growing wisdom and self-awareness. In this video, we're going to gently explore 6 profound psychological reasons why you might find yourself avoiding people more as you age. Understanding these shifts can bring immense peace of mind and help you embrace this new phase of your life with confidence and self-compassion. So, settle in. Because what we're about to discuss might just resonate deeply with your own experiences. And please, watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you about these changes. Now, let's gently dive into the very first reason you might be noticing this natural inclination to be more selective with your social energy. It's a fascinating concept known in psychology as socio-emotional selectivity theory. And while the name sounds a bit complex, the idea behind it is beautifully simple and incredibly relatable. Think of it this way: as we journey through life, our perception of time naturally shifts. When we're younger, time often feels boundless, stretching out endlessly before us. We're often in a phase of exploration, seeking out new experiences, new opportunities, and meeting as many people as possible to build a broad network. The focus is often on expanding horizons, gathering information, and preparing for the future. You might have found yourself saying yes to almost every invitation, eager to see where new connections might lead, whether it was for career networking, finding new friendships, or simply experiencing everything life had to offer. There was an emphasis on quantity, on collecting as many varied experiences and relationships as possible. However, as we mature, and particularly as we reach our golden years, that perception of time changes. It's not about feeling like time is running out in a negative way, but rather that we become more acutely aware of its preciousness. This awareness leads to a profound shift in our goals and priorities. Instead of focusing on future-oriented expansion, we tend to orient ourselves towards present-oriented goals, especially those related to emotional well-being and satisfaction. We start prioritizing emotional meaning and depth in our lives. This means that when it comes to relationships, there's a distinct pivot from quantity to quality. You become more discerning, more selective about who you spend your valuable time with. The idea of investing energy into superficial acquaintances or navigating social situations that don't genuinely nourish your spirit begins to lose its appeal. Instead, you gravitate towards those relationships that bring you true joy, comfort, and emotional fulfillment. These are the people who truly understand you, who you feel deeply connected to, and who bring warmth and authenticity to your life. So, saying no to a large, boisterous gathering isn't about being antisocial. It's about choosing to spend your limited, precious social energy on interactions that are deeply meaningful to you. Perhaps a quiet conversation with a cherished friend, or a heartfelt moment with family. It's a wise decision to safeguard your emotional peace. This brings us seamlessly to our second powerful reason: the reality of decreased energy levels and the presence of physical limitations. Let's be honest, getting older often means that our bodies don't quite bounce back with the same youthful vigor they once did. Socializing, perhaps surprisingly, can be quite an energy-intensive activity. Think about it: going out often involves a significant amount of preparation. Getting dressed, traveling to a venue, navigating unfamiliar environments, engaging in conversation, and staying alert. All of these require physical and mental energy. For someone who might be dealing with chronic pain, such as arthritis, or managing conditions like diabetes, heart issues, or even just general age-related fatigue. A large social event can feel like running a marathon. The idea of enduring hours of standing, walking, or even just sitting uncomfortably can be genuinely daunting. It's not about lacking the desire to connect, but rather a practical assessment of what your body and mind can comfortably handle without leading to exhaustion or discomfort that could last for days afterward. You might find that after a big social engagement, you need a full day, or even two, to recover, feeling completely drained. This reality often leads to a natural inclination to choose quieter, less physically demanding activities, or to simply enjoy the comfort and restorative power of your own home. It's a wise act of self-preservation, ensuring you conserve your energy for the things that truly matter and bring you peace, rather than pushing yourself to the point of depletion. It's about listening to your body's true needs, moving on from the very real considerations of energy and physical limitations. We come to a third significant psychological reason why you might find yourself preferring less social interaction as you age: the impact of sensory impairments. As we get older, it's quite common for our senses, particularly hearing and vision, to subtly, or sometimes not so subtly, decline. While we often adapt remarkably well, these changes can dramatically affect our comfort and enjoyment in social settings, often without others even realizing it. Imagine being in a bustling restaurant, a vibrant party, or even a lively family dinner. If your hearing isn't what it used to be, trying to follow multiple conversations, distinguish voices amidst background noise, or catch every subtle nuance can become an incredibly frustrating and exhausting ordeal. You might find yourself constantly leaning in, asking for repetitions, or simply smiling and nodding, pretending to follow along when you've missed half of what's being said. This isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a profound barrier to connection. It makes you feel out of sync, left out, and can lead to a deep sense of fatigue from the sheer effort of trying to process auditory information. Over time, the mental and emotional toll of constantly straining to hear, or repeatedly feeling misunderstood, makes the idea of these kinds of social situations far less appealing. It's a silent, often invisible, challenge that makes withdrawing to quieter environments feel like a relief. Similarly, changes in vision can also play a significant role. Navigating dimly lit restaurants, deciphering facial expressions or body language from a distance, or even just feeling confident walking into an unfamiliar, crowded space can become anxiety-inducing. The effort required to overcome these sensory challenges in social settings often outweighs the perceived benefits, leading to a natural preference for environments where you feel more comfortable and secure. It's not about being antisocial. It's about avoiding situations that are genuinely difficult and draining, and choosing instead to engage in ways that allow for more comfortable and meaningful connection, perhaps one-on-one. In well-lit, quieter spaces where you can truly relax and be yourself. This leads us to our fourth point: the profound impact of the loss of social roles and networks throughout our lives. Our social interactions are often structured around specific roles we inhabit and the networks that naturally form around them. Think about your working life, daily interactions with colleagues, clients, and professional acquaintances. There were office parties, team meetings, and a constant hum of incidental social connection. Then there were the roles of parent, perhaps involved in school committees, sports teams, or playdates. As we age, many of these roles naturally diminish or disappear entirely. Retirement means the end of those daily work interactions. Children grow up and move away, taking with them the connections to their friends' parents and school communities. And, sadly, as we live longer, we inevitably face the loss of loved ones, spouses, siblings, lifelong friends who were central pillars of our social world. These aren't just individual losses. They are the unraveling of entire social ecosystems that once provided a rich tapestry of relationships and routine interactions. When these foundational networks shrink or disappear, the opportunities for spontaneous social engagement often dwindle. It's not necessarily a conscious choice to avoid people, but rather a consequence of these significant life transitions. You might find yourself with a fewer reasons to leave the house, fewer familiar faces to bump into, and fewer established social routines. The effort required to forge new connections from scratch can feel overwhelming, particularly when compounded by the other factors we've discussed. There's a natural period of grief and adjustment that comes with these losses. And during this time, withdrawal can be a natural response. It's about adapting to a new social landscape, one that often feels much quieter than what you've been accustomed to for decades. And that brings us beautifully to our fifth reason: an increased comfort with solitude and a growing appreciation for reflection. For much of our lives, especially when we're raising families or building careers, there's a constant outward focus. Our days are often packed with responsibilities, external demands, and the hustle and bustle of daily life, leaving little time for quiet introspection. But as we enter our later years, many of those external pressures begin to ease. There's often more discretionary time, and with it, a profound opportunity to turn inward. This isn't about being lonely or isolated. It's about a conscious and often joyful embrace of one's own company. Many older adults discover a deep sense of peace and fulfillment in spending time alone, engaging in activities that nourish their soul and allow for quiet contemplation. This chosen solitude can be incredibly enriching. It's a time for self-discovery, for revisiting passions that might have been put on hold, for deep thought, reading, writing, or simply enjoying the beauty of nature without external distractions. It's a chance to process life's journey, to reflect on experiences, and to cultivate inner wisdom. For many, this becomes a highly valued part of their day or week, offering a sense of calm and replenishment that social gatherings, however pleasant, often don't provide. This isn't about avoiding people because you dislike them. It's about actively choosing to spend time in a way that truly recharges you and aligns with a newfound appreciation for personal space and mental tranquility. It's a sign of a mature, healthy relationship with yourself, and it's a beautiful aspect of aging that often goes unacknowledged, building upon that growing wisdom and comfort with oneself. We arrive at our sixth and final psychological reason why you might find yourself avoiding people more as you age: a significant shift in values and perspectives, often accompanied by a remarkably less tolerance for what might be called small talk. With decades of life experience under your belt, you've gathered a wealth of knowledge, insights, and a clearer understanding of what truly matters to you. You've likely navigated countless social situations, both rewarding and draining, and you've learned to discern genuine connection from superficial pleasantries. As a result, your patience for trivial conversations, gossip, or interactions that feel inauthentic often diminishes. You might find that you have a lower tolerance for drama or for situations where you feel obliged to engage in surface-level chatter that doesn't nourish your spirit or intellect. It's not about being rude or disinterested in others. It's about a conscious prioritization of depth and authenticity in your interactions. Your time becomes an even more precious commodity. And you naturally become more selective about how you invest it. You'd rather have one deep, heartfelt conversation with a close friend about something that genuinely matters to both of you than spend an hour making polite conversation at a large, noisy event where you feel no real connection. This shift reflects a profound maturity and self-awareness. It's a recognition that life is too short for anything less than meaningful engagement. You've earned the right to choose interactions that truly resonate with your evolved values and bring you genuine satisfaction. This isn't avoidance. It's a wise act of self-preservation and a pursuit of more profound, enriching connections. It's a testament to your personal growth and the wisdom that comes with age. So, let's take a moment to gently summarize these powerful shifts. We've explored how your perspective on time changes, leading you to prioritize emotionally meaningful connections over broad social networks. We've acknowledged the very real impact of decreased energy levels and physical limitations, making more demanding social situations less appealing. We've shed light on how sensory impairments like hearing and vision loss can make social environments challenging and exhausting. We've recognized the profound effects of the loss of social roles and networks, which naturally reshape your opportunities for interaction. We've celebrated the beautiful and often surprising comfort that comes with increased solitude and the joy of quiet reflection. And finally, we've understood that a shift in values and a decreased tolerance for superficial small talk are signs of wisdom, leading you to seek out deeper, more authentic connections. Remember, If you find yourself relating to these shifts, there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. These are not signs of personal failing or social decline. On the contrary, they are often perfectly natural, healthy psychological adaptations to the aging process. They speak to a journey of self-discovery, where you become more attuned to your own needs, your own emotional well-being, and what truly brings you peace and joy. It's a period of refinement, where you learn to be more intentional with your time and energy, choosing quality over quantity in nearly every aspect of your life, especially your relationships. Embrace these changes within yourself with compassion and understanding. It's about becoming more selective, more discerning, and more aligned with your authentic self. It's about recognizing that meaningful connection can come in many forms, and that the quiet, deep bonds often nourish us far more than constant social bustle. We'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you noticed these shifts in your own life, or perhaps in the lives of your loved ones? Which of these psychological reasons resonated most deeply with you? Please share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Your perspective is incredibly valuable, and sharing your journey can help countless others feel less alone and more understood. If this video resonated with you and brought you some comfort or clarity, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up. It truly helps us reach more people who might need to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more helpful, uplifting, and understanding content designed especially for you. As you navigate this rich and rewarding stage of life, remember, every stage of life brings its own unique joys and challenges, and aging is a beautiful journey of refinement. Embrace these changes, honor your needs, and live your best, most authentic life at every age. You deserve it.